Hi there folks, Matt Hayson with everything going on around the market, and there's plenty going on as always. I'm going to start with last Saturday, which was the first weekend post-Easter, and the auction market is always a good barometer of how buyers are behaving after a slight holiday period. And what we saw, again, pretty mixed bag of results. The auction clearance rate in Sydney was sitting at 65%. However, 1/3 of all the properties that were registered for auction on Saturday, those results were not recorded at the time of that auction clearance rate being released. So I would suggest there's going to be a revised clearance rate, and it would be more around the high 50s, maybe even down to 55%. Now that again really reflects that this is more of a buyer's market than a seller's market. And speaking of buyers, I thought I'd share some insights with you at the moment, some of the behavioural changes that we're seeing as this market continues to transition from that heated environment through to what I consider to be a more stable and balanced market. And one of the key things is the amount of times buyers are taking now to look at a property before feeling confident to move into making an offer and purchasing a property. When the market was heated, what we did see is buyers would look at a property once, twice, and then jump in. They were time poor, there was a lot of competition, and they had that fear of missing out. That's not so much the case anymore. And what's happening now is buyers are taking a bit more time. They're looking at a property 3, 4, 5, even up to 6 times. They're bringing in additional stakeholders or family and friends just to feel more confident and comfortable before making an offer. And that's a good thing because it's obviously such a big thing to go ahead and buy a property. So it's good that buyers now have a little bit more time to make that right decision. Also, another thing which really reflects a strategic change in the market is we're starting to see more sales conducted with a cooling off provision. Now, if you don't know what a cooling off provision is, it allows the buyer to have a conditional contract, 5 business days, to go about and complete additional due diligence, which could include more inspections, family and friends to come through, get their finance in place, and they can pull out or withdraw their offer with a 0.25% penalty going to the seller. However, in many cases at the moment, it is in the best interest of a seller to look at this conditional contract as the best way forward to secure that buyer and work with the buyer to get that sale concluded. And that's what we're seeing when there's less competition in the market. And also another strategic change that we're seeing in the market at the moment is a bit more private treaties creeping in as the best strategy for particular sellers. I'd suggest right now the ratio's around 80% auction and a 20% clearance rate, but sometimes for many sellers it's better to just put that fixed price on a property and work with the buyer pool. Now also during the week we're starting to hear a little bit more about the Royal Commission looking into the banking sector, now particularly mortgages. Now if what we're hearing continues in this path, what might very well happen is mortgage lending may get tightened up again. It might become a little bit more stringent for buyers to obtain finance, which won't be good news for buyers and ultimately will not be good news for sellers. So this is something we're continuing to monitor as it evolves over the coming weeks. Now, looking ahead into this weekend, we've got some amazing properties open for inspection, representing great value in the market. We look forward to seeing you out and about. Thanks for watching. See you guys next week.